Big storm coming. Big one. Tidied everything up, tied everything down, put everything away. See what happens. It's going to start about 8 a.m. It could be any time after the big winds come. If they can see that. Probably not that well. It's a bit bright. Not very good. If Mel's battening down the hatches.
I don't know.
Lots of traffic, isn't there?
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, it's going to be very windy tomorrow. Well, hello, Danny G. How are you? We just finished tying everything down. Oh, I'm looking at Neapolitan shots I made for my birthday. Yes. Very nice. We're good. Just prepping for a monster storm. We have a hurricane up north, which is heading directly for us, but that's not the problem. We have a massive cold front from Antarctica coming up as well. It's a 2 or 3 in a century event, apparently. So a big hurricane matches and comes with a big cold front from Antarctica. So one came from the equator, one come from the bottom of the planet. And it's going to start hitting about mid-morning tomorrow. So we've tied everything down, tucked everything away. Not sure what will happen, because you don't normally see, bushfires, virus. Things come in threes. This is our third.
Floods?
Well, we might get floods.
No, we've had floods.
Yeah, but not like the ones you could get with this damn thing. We're expecting 4 to 5 inches of rain. Strong winds. But I made an essential purchase today, and I mean essential, just in case I bought bacon. You never know.
Bacon solves everything.
Well, it solves most things. Just got to go and top up mine. Want me to do yours?
Please.
I want to talk to Danny while I'm gone. I'll be right back, Danny.
Yes, I will. Leave it there. So what's plans for you today? Yes, bacon is a must. Bacon solves all the problems of the world. And so does chocolate. Can't forget chocolate. Actually, I indulged today. I don't usually eat pudding, dessert, whatever you want to call it. I sent you the picture, Danny. It was yum. always got to add the extra cream. Oh, I can't believe how warm it was here today though, for this storm that's going to come. We got to 27 when yesterday it was like freezing. Last night it was freezing. Oh, that's good, Danny. So you've got a month-long birthday. Yes, chocolate and bacon. This is true. I think I actually overdid the chocolate today though. I had that chocolate pudding, plus I bought, I can't remember the brand, Whitman's or something chocolate. 250-gram block. There's probably 4 little squares left. Seeds and I polished off nearly the whole block. Danny's having a month-long birthday celebration, I think.
Sounds good to me. Party girl Danny.
It's actually not that cold, you know.
No, it's because it's 20 degrees Celsius here now.
Really
It's going to be
this on.
very cold for the next week though.
Oh, with the goats and the chickens.
Are you going to put your overalls on? Coveralls? Straw hat, piece of straw sticking out the teeth? He is 17 today. Who is? The goat. Who haven't you been reading?
I don't know he's 17.
Okay.
No, I missed the comment there.
So you weren't reading. She was ignoring you, Danny.
No,
I just sort of
I
pass it
wasn't
on to you.
ignoring, I was talking.
Totally.
Shut up. I was talking to Danny and that comment only just popped up.
I still don't know what it is.
It's my friend's son's birthday party at the farm.
So it's party time.
Couldn't scroll up. Well,
Well, you're supposed to be taking attention when your friend speaks to you, but no, you totally ignored her.
I was chatting
Yeah.
to her and I wasn't reading the comments.
Right, okay. We'll take it as that anyway.
Danny, he's picking on me.
So this goat is going to be over an open fire in portions in a
No.
large curry. Salt and pepper, essential. Psst, psst, psst. Yummy. Roasted goat. Chickens on a spit. Yes, drifted off dreaming of a chocolate pudding ice cream. Yeah, she did.
Yeah, I overdid.
She had chocolate before having chocolate pudding and ice cream.
And cream.
You have cream as well.
Yeah.
Jeez.
If I'm going to make myself sick, I might as well go all out.
It's good to catch up with you, Danny. Hope things are going well. We have no cases in my state. Things are about back to normal. We're still taking it cautiously, particularly our daughter. We took her shopping. G'day, Tony. Took our daughter who's pregnant shopping and we made her sit in a wheelchair. Mr. Gaynor pushed her around and I did the She pointed and I put it in the trolley. And we're done in about 20 minutes. She said, that's the fastest I've ever shopped. I said, that's because when you shop, you use your mobile phone to talk to everybody.
No, she doesn't.
She does. I've watched her. You still have positive cases at work. Okay. I'm still alarmed that America thinks that they can all come back like it's normal. I think it's crazy.
We're in for wild weather, Tony.
Yes, Tony, we're going to cop something monster over here tomorrow. There's a cyclone heading our way, along with a cold front from the Antarctic. New positive cases every day. I just cannot see how it will not spike higher, Danny. Have a look on the weather chart, Tony. Tell me what you think. We've tied everything down, put everything away best we can. We'll see what happens. I'll do a bit of video out of it tomorrow. See how wild and woolly it gets. I just don't understand that myself, Danny. I'm not telling you guys not to do it, but I'm sure you're not involved with the opening, but our kids have been back at school for 2 weeks.
Yeah, but mandatory started Monday. Before that, it wasn't mandatory.
Yeah, but most of them went back. A lot of people back at work. There's more traffic. All the big shopping centres are open.
Yeah.
Pubs can have, I think it's 50 or 100 people in them.
New South Wales, they've still got too many cases. The amount that came with that cruise
I
ship.
agree with you, Tony, 100%.
And then they want New South Wales having a go at us for not opening our borders because they want the tourists. Well, you have to go there, quarantine for 2 weeks. You come back to WA, they're not opening the borders anyway. Come back to WA, they'll quarantine you again.
Well, you can't get into WA at the moment. I hear what you're saying, Danny, but I think what it is, because those doors are closed to most of the public, they don't see what you see. You know, out of sight, out of mind mentality. I understand Americans are not being supported by their government.
So,
people lining up for bloody food parcels is just absurd.
Tony, so what borders around you have opened? Because I didn't watch the news. What borders
The
opened?
borders between New South Wales and Victoria have never been closed.
They've never been closed?
No.
But they just had another whatever cases today in Victoria.
Yeah, a lot of them are spot outbreaks in certain areas that's done, but I know Gladys wanted West Australian Premier to open up. He said, get stuffed, Gladys.
What did he say? He said, look what happened to you with the cruise ship.
Yeah.
You think you're going to make us open our borders to you? That's what
Look,
he said.
it's just, I think there's 4 or 5 states that don't have any cases. Because we were smart. We all locked down real early, closed our borders, didn't let anyone come in and out. And that worked. I mean, I remember people raving about Sweden being, they're smart, they're just leaving it all open, and Sweden is horrendous with their death rate. I think they're Russian myself, Tony. I think, yes, I agree. That is a great, because what they don't see is the anguish, the pain, the misery, the loneliness. This is one of the worst diseases, and it just separates families. You know, you can trade money for lives. They used to do that thousands of years ago. But what is more important? If we all went broke, we're all broke. We start from the bottom and work our way up. But if you're dead, there's no starting again.
Well, it's
I think it'll be worse in one way, Tony, economically, because let's say there's a big outbreak they'll shut everything down again. So you're back to square one.
Well, hopefully that doesn't happen, Tony, but New South Wales, Victoria, Melbourne, whatever, they'll have the worst again.
Oh, New South Wales is unfortunately where all the international flights come and go, so they're always going to be under the hammer. And I expect little outbreaks, 5 and 10 people. But if it becomes community transmitted, because let's be honest, most of the people that stayed home, if they had the virus and they're asymptomatic, they're going to go out, they're not going to know they're going to pass on the virus to anyone. We are heading into the deepest recession, irregardless of when they reopen now. There's lack of consumer confidence. People aren't going to fly. People ain't going to buy. So all the people that lost their jobs, they're not all getting their jobs back. Yes, there'll be an initial inflationary effect on products. That will slowly ease. But initially, everything's going to be very expensive. I have no doubt, mark my words, in my country it'll happen in the US. People will panic buy again as soon as a big outbreak is recorded. Mark my words, the shelves will be empty again.
Yep.
Because they'll have no idea when they go back the second time. I think some of your people in your country, Danny, are stupid. We got stupid too. We don't have as many as you do, have they? The consequences, like you just said, behind closed doors, they have not seen it. They've seen it on the news, they've heard reports, they've read newspapers, but because it doesn't happen to them, they don't care. But the government of the United States is not supporting the people. How can the most powerful economy in the world have people lining up in cars for 12 hours for a box of food? Answer that for me. There is no answer other than the government not supporting the people. Whether you like my government in my country or not, and the premiers in each state, hello Colleen, they've all supported the people. They've said whatever it costs. They've paid people to stay home. The mortgages have been frozen. I just cannot for the life of me believe that we're watching 1930 breadlines in 2020. That just angers me. You know, supposedly the richest economy in the world, but they don't give a shit about the people. That makes no sense. I don't know, when the years pass from now, to look at the blunders that occurred in certain countries, and some of them will be seen as of acts of negligence that cost a lot of lives. Believe me, that will unfold. But other than that, we're going to get blown away tomorrow. Biggest storm of the century coming, they say. That's all we need. Bushfires, burn the country to a crisp. Floods followed the bushfires. The virus hit. And now we're having the storm of the century. Come on, Mother Nature, ease up. And there's plenty of snow falling in Australia at the moment, so the ski season, if it opens, that'll be interesting. Oh, the house is double, it's not going anywhere. We don't build houses of cardboard in Australia, we're not allowed to. Beneath our feet is 42 square metres in yards. That would be 60 square yards of concrete. On top of that is double brick insulation. Nah, we're not going to blow away. Could get a bit of flooding, depends how much rain comes. But I'll do a little video tomorrow to show you guys. I hope it's nothing, but it looks bloody monstrous on the radar and on the synoptic charts. All our public transport's open, trains are running.
There's still social distancing on all the
Yeah.
transport though.
Even we went to the supermarket and there's a lot of people, but they're all avoiding each other. They're doing the distancing thing. Oh yeah, we actually get, with this thing, they're predicting quite a few tornadoes in amongst it. When you got a tropical storm meet up with a cold storm from the Antarctic, they combine, but they form little low pressure systems in amongst themselves. And our storm front, Danny, is 1,600 or 1,000 mile. It's 1,000 mile wide. The storm front will hit my state. It's ought to be from where you live to New York. So it's a big bugger. And just last week we lost the side fence. That's all been repaired now, but we lost the side fence to another storm. Yeah, not scary, just, we won't get hurt. We've got plenty of areas in the house that just could not be destroyed. But there's a lot of damage. A lot of older homes could get affected. And more of the worry is from where I live, Perth, up to my old hometown, Geraldton, which is about 500k. There's lots of little towns with lots of old houses. They could suffer badly. Prepare for the worst and hope for the best. No, we won't get hurt unless the wife beats me with a baseball bat again. But she does that just for fun.
Yeah, right.
Built-in wardrobes are built on the inside of a double brick, so it makes it 3 layers of bricks. And then there's a metre and a bit space, so that would never fall out. Yeah, don't threaten you with a good time. Yeah, I don't know how much good time that would be. Not sure what your idea of fun is now, Danny. Bamboo shoots under the fingernails. Are you enjoying that? Yeah, it's nice. But as soon as we get, this storm is so big, it's going to go completely over West Australia. It's going to go up to Darwin, and the remnants will head east. So I don't know what's going to give them. They usually cop it after we do. Yeah, I suppose, but I had a conversation with Buttercup about weather. And I think if we have a lifetime, let's say we live to be 80, we get to see 80 years of weather. We probably don't look for the first 20 years, so we get 60 years of weather we take notice of. In the expanse of time, it's not a very long time, but things are definitely, harsh. I hear reports, and I wish it wouldn't have happened, but we had a terrible summer, hottest summer on record, and obviously our country burned to the ground. But the information I'm seeing is that the Northern Hemisphere is in for a really hot summer. Now, I don't think any Aussies died because it got hot here, because we're acclimatised to that heat. But Europe can't handle that sort of heat. I just hope it doesn't hit them like it hit us this last summer. You know, in Europe, there's no air conditioners. UK, none. Germany, none.
Oh, and some of the tourist places they were putting air conditioners in. Well, in England we had one.
When did we have air conditioner?
In London, there was an air conditioner in our room.
The first week or the last?
Both.
Oh, okay. Oh, but what did we rent for the last week? 2 weeks? What did we?
In London, or
Yeah, where did we stay there? I forget.
before we went to
Kensington?
Yeah, along that High Street area.
Yeah. Well, it's probably because it was posh.
Tourist, yeah.
But most people we stayed with in the UK, no air conditioner. It gets warm in the UK, but they have had days that get really extreme heat. I remember a decade ago, Paris had a terrible heat wave. They lost thousands of people, mainly old people, through the heat. No air conditioners. Taken to the hospital with no air conditioners. I think with all that green energy they've got in Europe, there's solar panels and wind farms everywhere, they'd have air conditioners. Even just one small room, maybe with a reverse cycle air conditioner. I know Americans have air conditioners. Texas gets damn hot. And just in the northern part of Texas where one of our friends live, it's real hot. So you'll be acclimatised when you come here, Danny, middle of sun, you say, oh, it's beautiful. Buttercup will be just lifting out of the fridge late in the evening, just for a couple of minutes. I can't breathe, can't breathe.
Okay. He always comes
All right,
in.
Tony. Actually, there's one
just
thing that we
before
know
you
about you,
shower.
Tony, is you're a clean bugger.
Yeah, you always come in just before you shower.
You're like a dog licking his nuts every night. Clean as a whistle.
Don't forget to wash behind your ears. And make
Yes.
sure you dry them good as well.
And if you're going to wash your ass, make sure you do it last. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Danny, it has hot, cold, and that's where, like, you get the sniffles. People don't realise how much, because the weather changes so quick, you can get, like, my sinus will play up a bit on my hay fever, and then you're too scared to go. If you go to the shop and sneeze or cough, people just look at you. But it's change of season. You get sometimes a bit stuffy in the nose, then it goes away the next
Well, there's
day.
a couple of hours difference between us, Tony, so you're, I don't know, heading towards 10 o'clock, just after, I guess. And you got to get your beauty sleep. You can't have an ugly truck driver, let's be honest. Have the lippy on in the morning, the high heels and the red skirt, changing the mating gears up and down, double clutching. Quite a few people get hay fever. I'm lucky I don't. But some people do, which is pretty sad. Cause, I mean, I sneezed tonight, but I was making schnitzel and I was putting pepper on. And I think I wore some.
It's amazing how some of those sort of things make you sneeze and dust.
Yeah, imagine that box. You need to get that heel down. If you can't get that toe down, get the heel out. Actually, So you know I'm a truck driver when I say heel and toe, Tony. You know what I mean? Brake, clutch, brake, clutch. Truckies talk. If you don't need a clutch to change gears in a truck, mate, as you know. I used to like having the different ranges, 18 gears, up and down, air brakes. It's like you're driving the Millennium Falcon. Yeah, I had to drive about 600 mile one day because the clutch gave way. Yeah, asthma is quite common in Australia, I'll give you that. But you know, when I was a kid, and I don't know if you remember, Danny, when you were a kid, I couldn't even remember anyone having asthma. We don't get much here. I think it's due to the dry heat we get most of the year. Who gets asthma in our family?
Terry,
Melissa?
Alyssa, Jake,
No,
Ethan,
none of them was severe
Lily.
though. Be right back. You're on the clock, Tony. 5 minutes, you wash your ass. 6 minutes, wash your
10 minutes.
face.
Don't waste water. Use a flannel.
You can use all the water you like, it's got free electricity.
Mate, that's got nothing to do with it. It's the wasting water.
Oh, come on, let him have a bucket's worth at least. I think they could be half of it, but I think a lot of allergies are a reflectant of food. Like I say, nut allergies, never heard of it as a kid. Asthma, no, didn't hear about it. Rashes, kids can't wear certain clothing now. The immune system of generations that passed are definitely either not as strong or they have been exposed to chemicals we weren't. You know, preservatives, additives, colourings. Wouldn't even know what that was if someone said to me in 1960, do you know what preservative colourings and additives are? I go, no. Wouldn't have had a clue. Now, it's in everything. If you buy anything in a box that you have to unwrap, it's got preservative, chemicals and colourings. One of the highlights of this period is the drop in emissions and rivers becoming clean. In Venice, the water being like a pond, and you can see the bottom. All these things were normal. We live in a very dirty world.
Yeah, some countries more than others.
Well, if we were on another planet and we came across a species like ours that was contaminating, destroying, we'd probably have to get rid of them. We don't deserve to go to another planet. Not until they can fix this one first. Let's see if the Weather Bureau is putting out a advice. Weather news, let's have a look. What's this one's on? I don't know if you can see this. Maybe. the top here is the hurricane or cyclone. Down the bottom, this is Western Australia, down the bottom is a cold front. Looks just like that. This is coming down to hit us, and this is coming up to hit us. That's why it's a bit dodgy. That's the radar at the moment. This is the tropical cyclone up here. This is the cold front from Antarctica. All of this is slamming into our state. So it will be unpleasant at best.
Yeah, winds is something I'm not keen on. Too strong.
That's a better radar image.
Cyclone season.
That is the cyclone. Down here you can see this massive tight circle. That's the cold front. And we live about there in the middle between that one and that one. It's going to impact 500 kilometres inland, starting mid-morning tomorrow, about 12 hours from now. So it's going to go for, what's that in kilometres? About 350 miles inland will feel the impact. Mind you, in my state that's just desert, so it doesn't matter. The odd lizard might get a scare. It's a very late season cyclone for us, very, very late. Usually you don't get them after March. Well, this isn't April, this is May. What's the latest synoptic? Yeah, we are. That's the latest synoptic, so you can see. If I turn this camera around, you'll see better. Maybe I just hold the damn thing. That low here is the cyclone. That low there is from the Antarctic. And they're just converging. They're colliding at the wrong time on our coast. So it's going to be... it's going to be an experience, let's put it that way. Life's made up of all these different experiences, good ones, bad ones, and indifferent. Oh, the camera's getting the floppies. Oh, g'day, how are you, all right? Yeah, what will happen is the tropical air, which is very, very warm, but is pulling a ton of moisture with it, will hit the cold, and the cold will outweigh the heat. So all that energy of water will remain, but it'll be cold. It's warm tonight here because it's pulling down the tropical air ahead of the fronts, but that's not going to last. I don't even know we had a temperature of 28 degrees Celsius today, and tomorrow maximum will be about 18. What does it say exactly? Might get to 20, it says, but I doubt it. But everyone gets storms. We had a massive one go through Bangladesh and India yesterday. Mr. Heat Miser loses again. Not sure what that means. I mean, the heat's not coming. Yeah. We have plenty of heat. A few cold days, they're okay. Are you getting hot now where you are, Danny? I imagine you're at least hovering around the 80s. Or even higher. I thought of a Christmas crackers. Oh, yes. Is it a Christmas carol? Danny G, I am from your Christmas past. You had far too many shot glasses. I am the ghost of Christmas present for you, Danny. You seem to have even more today. What will your future hold? Are you going to continue to make millions of shot glasses? If you are, from all the Christmas ghosts, we do request that most of them are made out of bacon.
And chocolate.
And chocolate.
With cream. And caramel.
90s, yeah. 90s not a bad temperature. That's about 30, 31. It's warm, isn't it?
Yeah, for what we've had.
Sounds good to me. So how many rashers of streaky bacon do you normally have in the morning? 2 eggs, I imagine a couple of pieces of toast, fried tomato. Yeah, probably baked beans. 5 or 6 rashers of bacon. Lashings of butter on the toast. Hot coffee. Orange juice. Maybe a full English breakfast, including sausages as well. You may have to, I don't know, book extra baggage on the way back because you'll probably weigh 30 pounds heavier when you leave us. 4 slices of bacon, 2 eggs only. Sounds good to me. No bread, I guess. You're one of those people that's sort of Pritikin. And it works. Eat butter, eat lots of protein. Next to no carbs. Some carbs, next to no carbs. You won't put weight on. The body loves the Pritikin diet. And we love bacon. I had 2 rashers of bacon, 2 eggs this morning, 2 small pieces of Vienna bread toast, grilled tomato. I don't have sugar at all. I eat very little bread. The wife eats lots of bread.
Yes, I do. I love my bread.
And if we have, I think we've eaten the most we've eaten in a while today, I think. Mind you, we didn't eat all our dinner. I made this enormous schnitzel burger and I ended up eating half of my half. And I can't fit any more in. You only ate half?
Yes. So I couldn't eat eggs and bacon without bread.
Oh, good, yeah. So do you have like a fried or grilled tomato with your bacon and eggs down here? I'm just taking notes, that's all.
Good.
She is tiny breadsticks on me like loaf.
I mainly only eat wholemeal though. I'm not, like, I can eat like rye, dark
like
bread.
rye. I
can
like
eat
rye.
continental breads and all that. What I can't eat a lot of is white bread
We hardly ever have white bread.
because I just can't tolerate it
Yeah.
too much. Wholemeal's the only thing that I don't have a problem
No fried
with.
one. Oh, you'll love my kumatos, they're called. They're sweet, no
Maybe
sugar.
she doesn't like them.
Oh, she doesn't like tomatoes.
Maybe, I said, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Maybe does. Do you like tomatoes, Danny?
What about baked beans? High in protein, part of the Peruvian diet. Just bacon and eggs, seeds. Can you not hear me?
Yes.
I got it. Okay,
Over
boss.
easy. Dead eggs. So my eggs have to be dead.
She loves tomatoes. Oh, well, I'll let you try one of my gently fried kumatos. Very sweet. Yes, baked beans are good for you. I could, if, the world turned to crap. If I found 400,000 boxes of baked beans, I'm good. I can live off those.
Yeah.
I may not be able to sleep in the same room as other people,
Yeah.
but I can live off
definitely.
them.
Danny might just like just straight bacon and eggs. Nothing else.
Oh, it sounds like she'll have a side of baked beans, yeah? Yes, that's the nice way. What I do if I've overcooked too many bits of bacon, the next morning I pull out the bacon, chop it up, put it in a pan with some baked beans.
And cheese, melted cheese on top.
No, you like that more than me actually, but I do that. You might have to bring your own coffee, Danny. That's all I can say. We have instant coffee. We do have percolated coffee when we go out, don't get us wrong.
No, but
But we don't at home.
No.
We know how to make it. I drink Moccona, which is granulated, freeze-dried coffee. It's yum.
That was hard over in Europe.
Terrible coffee, wasn't it?
I was so weak.
Yeah. Yep, you'll be good to go here then. You'll like our Moccona. He's back. I think someone's due a star.
Oh, due a star, yes. 2 stars. And
The budgie smuggler had a shower, and now he smells like a flower. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back.
now, did you dry behind your ears, Tony?
He's probably in a nice fluffy white dressing gown, borrowed his wife's slippers, sitting out the back having a coffee. She's saying, "What are you doing?" "Nothing, being jolly." "Not talking to those people on the internet again, are you?" "No, I'm checking the weather." How's your Oompa Loompa going these days, Tony? Has he found true love? Somewhere to live? Somewhere to scrape off the scabies? I mean, if you had a dog in Australia that was like that, you'd have to get it put down. The authorities would insist. I just don't think he never had it. I think he's, sadly, there's definitely psychosis there. He's, let's say, paranoid delusional. I don't watch him, but I guarantee he still doesn't sleep till the sun comes up. He's too paranoid about a knock on the door. "What are you doing, son?" "Oh, I'm just stopping for a coffee. I'm not sleeping here." My bed cost more than his B-class van. Jesus. And that's his kingdom. My bed's probably bigger than his B-class van. And you would think someone like yourself, Tony, if you went home to where your mum and dad, sisters and brothers are, they'd probably invite you in and say, mate, come out of the cold. Don't stay out in the cold in that tin can. Come inside.
No, they wouldn't. They wouldn't invite him in.
Who, Tony?
No, I'm talking about his family.
You're talking about Tony's family?
Tony's family would. I'm talking about the man in the can.
They don't want him. Someone said he was shivering and cold. And I said to them, well, did he go to one of his sisters or uncle's places? I have to cut this short, but my ride will be here in an hour.
Enjoy.
I need to get ready. You're going to work?
No, the farm.
Oh, you're going to the farm. Well, you have a great day. You ride the goat, eat the chicken.
No. Enjoy.
Have a great day, Danny. You deserve it. It's Memorial long weekend, isn't it?
And we've got a long weekend. I don't even know what for.
Probably for the Queen.
I thought that was usually...
No one in Australia knows why we get long weekends. If you ask him, so it's probably the Queen's birthday. She has 7 of them a year. Oh, members only. What's that? $30 a month? $50 a month? Sure, it's exclusive. Mustn't be fucking many people there, that's all I can say. Oh, 99 cents a month. Oh, I see. So that's the reach of his stardom. 99 cents. The delusion runs deep with this one. Use the farce. I do remember I had a look at a video where he was at his surrogate mother's place, who I believe he has actually abandoned now, disowned her, but he was on his back polishing his van. That's the only technique I have never seen. And apparently, because I didn't watch all of them, he was on his back polishing that van for 5 months. There's something not right with the boy. And someone told me he boiled steak because he's a master chef.
Only members live. So what's that mean? You have to pay to chat in there or what? What does that mean?
Well, it probably means there's not many people chatting.
You have to be a member to chat. Does he think he's that important?
In his mind.
I can't believe it.
In his mind, yeah.
He thinks he's that important and he's that great. I did see the video where he was really, really very not nice at all to Rosie.
I saw a video of Brad Silverdogs where, what's he got? Ticks or bed bugs or something?
Bed bugs, fleas, or all of it.
Scratching himself to death. He looks, when I last looked, he looks like he's doubled in size in the last couple of years. He's morbidly obese. He's a narcissistic, antisocial behaviour specialist. And he has no future.
And there's just some people in the world like that. A lot
Yeah,
of you
just got to
say,
accept it.
a lot of you say that he's this, that he's that he knows no better. Sometimes it's all bullshit. He knows exactly what he's like.
Oh, no, he does have the mentality of a young teenage boy, though.
Yeah, but he's still.
Yeah, I'd say you're right there, Tony.
I've heard him say things. He still knows right from wrong. He's still.
What he has, though, he has a learned vocabulary, which means that he is limited. When you learn a vocabulary instead of naturally learning through intelligence and years of interaction with other people, you end up repeating yourself because you have such a limited vocabulary.
No, because he chooses that. He's lazy.
Well, definitely lazy, no question about that.
He's lazy in all aspects. He's lazy on his channel, in his life. And why do I say that? Because the odd things I have watched of him.
I pity him because it's a terrible existence. There's no question. But I'm not going to give him anything, or ever would.
I don't pity him at all. I've got no sympathy for him whatsoever.
He doesn't have much cognitive ability. He can't learn unless it's something to his advantage. And that's not learning anything.
You just said it. He only what he wants. If it doesn't go his way or how he wants it, yeah, then he's like a little kid mentality, like a spoilt little brat that the world owes me. The world owes him nothing.
Well, it's not a world I'd like to be living in.
He chose it. He's had numerous help.
Yeah, it's pretty simple to analyse the psychology. He is narcissistic. He has antisocial behaviour. In other words, he can't be with people unless he's organised the intervention of meeting someone. Anyone that comes up to him, he just fears them. Look, Tony, he fears squirrels, for fuck's sake. His life is based on fear.
And cats.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you could be right about the bipolar, but it's a learned behaviour. He has a lot of traits that he's learned of other people, and they're not good traits. They're selfish, they're self-centred traits. He hates women, which is terrible. And we all know that he's a raging closet gay.
He can go and get help if he's got bipolar. He can go get medication.
You could do an analysis if you break up the words, like he always says, I'm the best looking man in the world. And I'm thinking, I don't know if there's a morbid obese category for best looking man. I don't think you'd even win that. And he's the best singer in the world.
I mean, people...
Can't hold a note at all. Cannot remember the words of a song.
People can say as a joke that they're the best looking, the cutest or whatever. That's all well and good, because even I do that. But he just goes overboard on everything.
No, he believes it.
But I believe I'm cute.
Well, you are, but I'm saying his belief is misconstrued. It's not a reality. Yeah. Men in Black. I remember that years ago. He's been guided by the aliens. He has special DNA. He's just a morbidly obese, middle-aged man living homelessly in a van which will at any given time collapse, and he'll be basically under a bridge.
Yeah, but look at all the work Rosie did for him.
Oh, yeah.
On that van. Look at all...
Yeah, I'm indifferent to Rosie and what she does, but I still think she did a great thing in helping someone.
That's
Don't
what
get
I'm
me wrong.
saying. But look what he's done to the work she did.
Did you not think that was going to happen, though? He was obviously going to turn on her.
Well, not just turning on her, but not looking after what he's got now, what she did for him.
He never looks after it. He has no idea what maintenance is at all.
I think that's probably the straw that broke the camel's back. Is that what made Rosie finally realise I gave my all
Oh, no,
for this?
people have been telling me that he's just been abusing her.
he's been abusing her. I've heard that, but I'm talking about. Would you not sort of be appreciative or keep things
Well, not
clean,
if you're
tidy?
selfish, self-centered,
There
and
you
a
go.
narcissistic, antisocial beast. As long as you can get something out of anyone, and then burn them. But little does he know that the bridges you burn today, you can't cross tomorrow. He's always looking for a mother figure or a father figure, which indicates an Oedipus complex. And he basically wants to be looked after.
No, to what he wants, not to what somebody's trying to help him, or maybe do for him what's best or think that will help him or is good for him. It's how he wants it.
But the thing is, just as a normal person living in Australia, he would not survive. People would just rip him out of his van and beat the shit out of him.
The problem is people like him, to a certain point, seem to get away with stuff a lot longer than the average, honest, good, decent person. It'll catch up with him.
Oh, his health's disastrous though. I mean, if he hasn't got a fatty liver, I'll give him mine. He obviously is on the spectrum of diabetes. His heart must be struggling under the pure weight of being morbidly obese. He pants sometimes. He used to pant while he was talking. He was running out of breath. He is in a terrible condition physically, but it matches his conditions in what he lives in. And I don't care what anyone says. I look 60 because I am. He looks 60 and he ain't.
Yeah.
And we know Assyrians in Australia, and they're very family proud. If the father of an Australian family died in Australia, it is the onus of the eldest son to caretake the family of all the needs they need, because that's what they do. He apparently is the eldest son. He doesn't do a damn thing.
He doesn't want the responsibility.
And in the community, the Syrian community, it's very shameful not to do that. But it's his lot. His future is bleak. That would be the best scenario, bleak. And every time apparently he has a date with a woman, it's compulsory she has a penis. I'm not sure what that means, but it's very strange. Over the years, I've seen him go on several dates, and they've all had penises. What's with that? He just wants a mate to go fishing with?
I didn't know he went on that many dates.
Oh, there's been a few funny ones over the years. That Cleopatra was funny.
Oh, that was a classic. I mean, the look on her face.
And the other one, hell no. I mean, I don't care if people are gay, transsexual, lesbian. I don't care. I really don't care. But when they're blatantly that but deny it, well, it's their problem.
Choking on.
Just the smoke's not going anywhere. I'm going to have to put the fan on. It's warm here. It's ready before the storm. I'm not putting it on because I'm hot. I'm just putting it on to blow the smoke away. I don't know. There's not one person I know that could help him. He's unwilling to take advice.
Didn't even listen to Jen, did he?
Well, no, probably the only person that he's ever taken notice of is Drury. As much as people don't like him, he did try to give them some good advice, which was on deaf ears.
But most of the time, he egged him on. So that advice came only when there was a public
Well,
audience.
irregardless, I mean, it's even like all the so-called... Mate, I don't even know if he's got a friend. Friends you hang out with, you know what I mean? Not visit occasionally just because you want something out of them.
Yeah, well. I mean, there were times, yes, there was a bit of a laugh when he shot that gun.
Oh, jeez.
Or when he wore that suit.
I mean, as much as he would never admit it, he's just homeless. That's it. He just happens to be living in a van. Plenty of homeless people live in cars and vans.
Well, I wouldn't really class that homeless then, because they've got 4 walls and a roof.
Oh, look, if he ever got assessed psychologically, he'd be spending time in some institution for sure. But can you just imagine for one moment, Tony, the street where you live, this guy in a van, rants and raves like this? It would be, you probably wouldn't get even close to him because someone in the neighbourhood would just drag him out and flog him.
No.
And advise him that his attendance in this area is no longer required. And that would happen all over Australia.
They would just have to tell him off and he'd run. No one would want to touch him.
And all he'd say was, the Australians are very aggressive. No, we don't put up with shit. I can see an old granny in Australia dragging him out and slapping him.
I wouldn't want to touch him.
Just hit him with a hose.
Yeah. Chuck a bar of soap at him in the hose. Actually, put disinfectant and washing up stuff in the water. How, you know, you get those bottles you can connect to the hose, and it's got everything in there. Then spray him down.
I think half the problem could be solved if he let off 3 or 4 flea bombs in the van and stayed in there. Just a disgusting life. No cleaning.
I mean, I don't know.
Someone said, and I thought it was quite funny, a message saying that he was growing a beard. And I said, oh yeah? And he said, yeah, he wants to leave home and join the circus as the bearded lady. Now, I thought that was funny. I remember one time, many, many years ago, Tony, the garlic sauce incident.
Garlic
Infamous.
sauce.
You know, the interior decorating of garlic sauce all over the van. Some people put the lid on a blender, but nah,
Oh,
it's not the Assyrian way. But I'm with you, Tony. I think there's going to be some serious medical issue. I can't see it not happening.
I think I'll go play my game.
Remember years ago, it didn't change it, I think. He'd be driving around saying, this is a bad area. He's not even getting out of his van. And he'll see an African-American go, oh, this is a bad area. Or he'll see a Spanish person, oh, this is a bad area. Oh, he's morbid obese. See, one of the things that will go on him shortly, without doubt, will be his knees. Just, you won't be able to support him. His ankles. We all know he eats 4 to 5 meals a day. We know that. He'll show you eating him just a packet of ramen noodles, but that's just the icing on the cake. someone told me that he was with Mr. X apparently, and they ordered dinner over the phone and then decided not to pick it up. Wow. You wouldn't do that in Australia. They'd bill you. And it's just the wrong thing to do anyway. Anyway, I think we might turtle off. What do you think?
Yeah.
It's good to catch up with you, Tony, especially now that you're squeaky clean. Have a good day, mate.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
eyes on the road. That's all I can say. We'll catch up with all of yous, even yous ones hiding in the corner. Yeah, I can see you.
Locals, yeah.
And you, I can see you as well. Yeah, not going unnoticed. Anyway, be safe, be kind when you can. Good night.